Well, what I do realize is that as of right now, no other Chicago Sky game have been moved to the United Center, except for one, Indiana Fever.
Angel Reese is fuming again, and this time, it's about how her team, the Chicago Sky, threw her under the bus and utterly ignored her. Why are only Caitlin Clark games moving to the United Center? She asked reporters, clearly puzzled by why her own team doesn't get the same star treatment. But let's be real. Angel may not like the answer, but it's pretty simple. People are showing up in droves for Caitlin, not her. And that's the kind of truth that hits harder than a blocked layup.
Speaking of United Center, it'll also play host to a pair of WNBA games for the first time this season. The Sky announcing their matchups, hosting the Indiana Fever. Will be moved from Wintrust to the UC, has about double the capacity, so more tickets available to watch Caitlin Clark.
See, when a rookie walks into the league and instantly breaks attendance records, prompting teams to scramble for bigger arenas just to fit the crowd. That's not hype, that's business. Caitlin Clark didn't just fill Gainbridge Fieldhouse last season. She broke it wide open, pulling in nearly 341,000 fans, an all-time franchise record. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky, even with Angel Reese, didn't sniff that number. But somehow, Reese thinks they're both driving the same buzz. Bless her heart.
So it looks like the Chicago Sky have finally done what we've been asking for, which was to schedule the games against the Fever at the United Center. And also, in case you weren't already aware, the United Center is the biggest basketball arena in the country. Both home games against the Fever have been scheduled at the United Center.
Let's talk about this United Center situation. The Chicago Sky made headlines by announcing they're shifting only 2 games for the 2025 season to the massive 21,000-seat arena. And guess what? Both games just happen to be against the Indiana Fever. Coincidence? Please. This isn't a random scheduling decision. It's the front office making it crystal clear who the real attraction is.
When Caitlin coming to town, man, all these teams are going to cash in on that. It's just the nature of the business at this point. One fan saying, let's go Fever, taking over the United Center. I can't wait. The Angel Reese effect? No. They know better than to leave free money on the table when the face card comes to town. Yeah, man, because we remember last time Caitlin Clark was there, bro, the arena erupted.
The Sky played the entire 2024 season at Wintrust Arena, which maxes out at a little over 10,000 seats. That includes every single home game Angel Reese played. Not once did they feel the need to move venues. Not even when Reese was supposedly lighting the league on fire with her rebounding dominance and TikTok stardom. But now that Caitlin Clark is coming to town, suddenly it's let's double capacity.
It seems the Chicago Sky have had to move 2 of their home games to a larger facility, a larger basketball facility. I'm sure, no doubt, this is the Angel Reese effect. I've got no doubts, no qualms. There's nothing. She even told me herself right here that it's not just one other player, it's because of her too.
Sky president Adam Fox tried to polish it up by saying this move was about rewarding fans' passion. Sounds cute, but if it were truly about Sky fans, you'd think they'd upgrade for more than just 2 games. The truth is, it's not about rewarding anyone. It's about packing the house when Caitlin Clark steps onto the court.
One of the hottest tickets in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark coming back to the city that she owns, coming back to Chicago after Chicago gave her such a warm welcome last year. They threw Barbie night for Caitlin Clark's arrival. They gave her pink towels. The fans were lined up on the side. She was signing autographs. How is Chicago going to welcome Caitlin Clark this next year around? How are they going to top Barbie night in a 9,000-seat arena? Well, easy. We move Barbie night to a 21,000-seat arena.
And let's not pretend this is anything other than a smart financial move. The United Center isn't just bigger, it's more profitable. The demand is there, but only when Clark is in the building. That's not favoritism, that's capitalism. Caitlin Clark is putting butts in seats. Angel Reese, meanwhile, is still wondering why her average stat line isn't filling arenas. The league has spoken, and the numbers don't lie.
This is the motion that the Indiana Fever / Caitlin Clark have.
It's not just the Chicago Sky making bold venue decisions. Take a look around the WNBA, and you'll start to notice a very familiar trend. The Washington Mystics, Las Vegas Aces, Atlanta Dream, Dallas Wings, and Connecticut Sun have all made the same calculated move, shifting their matchups against the Indiana Fever to bigger arenas. And if you're wondering whether this is just some scheduling coincidence, it's not. This isn't about random dates or team rivalries. It's about one player, one name, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark and Fever games getting moved to bigger venues on the road is normal at this point in time. We see it happen quite often whenever that Fever show comes to town. But in this case, it is interesting considering the opponent and considering the venue.
And the response online? Well, let's just say fans aren't exactly subtle about what this really means. Social media lit up with questions and shade about why it's only Clark games getting the VIP treatment. People are starting to notice the obvious. Angel Reese's matchups aren't sparking the same level of excitement. Not a single one of her games has triggered a venue upgrade. And that's got fans asking, if Angel is truly just as popular as she keeps telling us, why isn't she getting the same star treatment?
My goodness. America's team versus a team who has the person who is the scourge of society. Oh, God. Oh, man. Quote, they watch for me, too. Barbie night? Which one is Barbie night? You got to think one of the two is going to be Barbie night, right? Look at this. Laughing my ass off. Caitlin is really giving every single team a fundraising game. I am weak. My GOAT is simply different.
The irony in all this is almost too much. All season long, Angel Reese went out of her way to position herself as Caitlin Clark's equal in both popularity and impact. She pushed the narrative that she was just as responsible for the WNBA's newfound attention. She even said people were tuning in for her, not just Caitlin. But clearly, someone forgot to tell the ticketing department. Because when it comes time to pack the house, all roads lead to Clark.
Will be moving to the United Center. So that's significant in the sense of it will be the first games ever played by WNBA teams in the United Center. The game's on Saturday, June 7th and Sunday, July 27th. One had a date change, but they will be moving to the largest capacity arena in the NBA. You know, more than double, I believe, what the Sky's typical home arena is able to hold. And of course, I mean, this is a duh for so many reasons.
And now it's getting downright awkward. Because when the Sky announced their plans to host the Fever at the United Center, not once, but twice, you'd think they were promoting the championship. But no, they're just doing what the numbers demand. And that's where the real problem lies for Reese. If she truly had the same pull, wouldn't the Sky have moved at least one game for her? Wouldn't her own team be using her name to fill more seats?
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Angel keeps trying to write the story of her being a co-star in the league's rise, but the receipts are telling another tale. While she's busy hyping herself up in interviews and viral TikToks, the rest of the WNBA is quietly following the only name that consistently delivers results, and that's Caitlin Clark.
They will say this is because of Angel Reese. They can't say this because of Angel Reese, because for the simple fact, a lot of their games would have moved to bigger arenas if that was the case. They can't not say this. I know people want it, and I know people be mad about this, bro. Y'all shouldn't be mad about this, bro. This is just the reality of the situation. You're not a hater. You're not none of that. If you say Angel's not as big as Caitlin, because she's not, guys. That's the reality of it all, bro.
Let's put it in plain numbers because the scoreboard doesn't lie. If Reese were pulling in Clark-level attention, her games would be lighting up the box office. They'd be scrambling to get every Sky home game into the United Center, selling out within hours. But that's not happening. Not even close. The arena stays put, and the crowd sizes stay average.
Folks, last year, the Indiana Fever were in Chicago, and a lot of us were asking, why aren't they putting this in the big arena? Are they really that stubborn that they're ready to just turn away dollars just for a narrative. Seems as if they got their end of their year report, looked at the bottom line and said, you know what? Slam shut. In 2025, we're going to be in the United Center.
Compare that to the Fever's home crowd stats, and it's game over. In 2024, Indiana didn't just break a record, they obliterated it, crushing the WNBA's previous single-season record by a jaw-dropping 36%. That old record? It had been standing strong since 2001, long before Angel was even thinking about NIL deals or pro contracts. Caitlin didn't just move the needle. She broke the entire gauge.
And the Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history. Clarkonomics, my friend!
And here's the reality. Indiana hit the 20,000 attendance milestone not once, not twice, but 3 times during that season. They packed arenas like it was a playoff series in July. Meanwhile, over in Chicago, the biggest crowd the Sky ever managed didn't happen during Angel's rookie campaign. Nope. That record dates all the way back to 2016, when Angel was still in high school, probably still learning how to bank a free throw. More than 16,000 fans came out to watch the Sky lose to the Sparks. Since then, crickets.
Guys, I'm telling you, when Caitlin Clark comes to town, put it in the big arena because she is box office and it is going to be big money. Big, full. Not even just the ticket sales, merchandise sales, concession stands, parking. Dude, they are racking in money from every area when Caitlin Clark comes to town. So of course, the Chicago Sky, oh, fine. I guess I'll milk that well until it's dry.
So while Angel Reese continues campaigning for her own relevance, teams across the WNBA are showing us where the true spotlight is. Clark isn't just filling arenas, she's redefining what WNBA success looks like. Angel can keep posting, talking, and spinning narratives, but the fans have already made their choice. And judging by those ticket sales and venue upgrades, it's pretty clear who they're showing up for.
There's a very thin line between hate and facts. And what I believe to be the case is that there was incremental growth in the WNBA comparatively to the exponential growth we are seeing now. What I'm about to tell y'all, I haven't heard before, so I doubt you have either. Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means...
The contrast becomes downright comical when you break it down to the actual numbers. Every time Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese shared the court last season, ticket demand went through the roof. We're not just talking about a few dollars more. Tickets were being resold for thousands as fans fought to see the face-off live. It was a full-blown event. But when Reese played games that didn't feature Clark, crickets. Those ticket prices didn't budge much and the urgency just wasn't there. It's like the hype walked out with Clark. Want to catch a Sky game next season? You'll find seats for cheap, like last-minute concert tickets for a band no one really listens to anymore. Meanwhile, good luck getting a Fever ticket. They've been sold out for months.
Yeah, let me tell you about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark has brought so many eyes to women's basketball that it's amazing. A dude named Acho, I forgot his first name, is something Acho.
Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah. He showed how in 5 days before the draft, she made the WNBA more money than they would have made in the next 5 years without her.
The attendance stats alone tell the story. Angel Reese's games averaged about 9,000 fans last season. Not bad, until you realize Caitlin Clark and the Fever were pulling in nearly 17,000 per game. That's nearly double. And it wasn't just at home. Clark brought the crowd with her. The Fever drew 36% more fans on the road than any other WNBA team. Think about that. Wherever Clark went, fans followed. According to the WNBA itself, Caitlin Clark was responsible for generating over a quarter of the league's revenue last year. That's not a minor bump. That's a one-woman economic stimulus package. Now let's be clear. This isn't about bashing Angel's game. She's got talent, and she does have fans. But when someone keeps repeating that they're just as important to the sport's growth, and the receipts show otherwise, it becomes hard to ignore the gap. You can't declare yourself the face of the league and then struggle to fill half as many seats as the person you're comparing yourself to. Reality isn't something you manifest with confidence. It's something you prove.
Again, as of right now, to my knowledge, that what I've seen, no other Angel Reese games have been moved due to potential attendance for said game. I mean, I'm just pointing that out. I'm not sure if you're allowed to. I've been told, Angel Reese told us it was because of her too. They're coming because of me. Are they? Are they really?
Chicago isn't playing favorites. They're playing smart. When your bottom line is at stake, you follow the dollars. And right now, those dollars are flocking to Caitlin Clark like moths to a flame. If one player can sell twice as many tickets and boost every team's revenue just by showing up, that's not favoritism. That's economics.
I don't see other teams doing this for other players. They're doing it for Caitlin Clark because they know Caitlin Clark is bringing the bacon. She's bringing the bacon, but this is great.
What started as a one-off by the Sky quickly revealed itself to be part of a much bigger movement. It's not just Chicago. The entire league is catching on. The Washington Mystics didn't just upgrade. They relocated their Fever game to Baltimore's CFG Bank Arena, which holds nearly 15,000 fans. Connecticut's Sun? They moved their showdown with Clark to Boston's TD Garden, where the Celtics play. These aren't coincidences. These are financial decisions fueled by the Caitlin Clark effect.
The CC hype is real. Is this the Caitlin or Angel effect? Stop it. Caitlin Clark effect. GOAT. Let's go see what the Fever fans got to say. I mean, seriously, the Angel Reese effect. Sarcasm. Every venue CC plays in, the Caitlin Clark effect.
And the best part? Clark predicted this shift almost a year ago.
I'm surprised we're not playing at the United Center. I thought that would have been really good for the game and really good for all the women's basketball fans in Chicago. So maybe there's a conflict of some sort that I don't know about. Obviously, that's a little above my pay grade. But we're excited, one game at a time.
After one of her games, she casually said that women's basketball could benefit from playing in bigger arenas. No ego, no demands. Just a sensible comment about what could help the game grow. Now, that offhand remark has turned into a blueprint teams across the league are scrambling to follow. The financial impact is wild. The 2 United Center games against the Fever aren't just good PR. They're worth an extra $4 million compared to what Wintrust Arena would bring in. That's $4 million from 2 games. For a league that's struggled with profitability for years, that's not a cherry on top. It's a financial lifeline. This isn't hype. This is math. And the math says Caitlin Clark isn't just changing women's basketball, she's saving it.
Remember, the Washington Mystics also moved 2 of their games yesterday, too. I wonder if those were Angel Reese games. Oh, they weren't. They weren't Angel Reese games. They were Indiana Fever games. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't do it.
When league executives examine these figures, they recognize a sustainable business opportunity rather than a fleeting trend. Franchises that previously operated on tight margins now have a clear pathway to financial growth. The pressing question isn't whether they should capitalize on Caitlin Clark's immense drawing power. It's how swiftly they can secure larger venues before competitors do. In stark contrast, Angel Reese's off-court ventures paint a different picture. Her participation in the unrivaled 3x3 league didn't ignite viewership records. While Clark's presence prompts venue changes across multiple cities, Reese's star power hasn't translated to comparable commercial success.
She is just not a needle mover like Caitlin Clark is. Now, is she a great player? Yes, she is phenomenal. But she is not Caitlin Clark. She's not even nowhere near on Caitlin level. She's not on her level financially. She's not on her level impact-wise. And she damn sure ain't on her level on the basketball court. Because we seen that happen last year when Caitlin won Rookie of the Year. Like, it's okay, bro. It is okay for her to be second fiddle.
Fan reactions to these venue changes have been predictably divided. Clark supporters highlight the undeniable economics, while Reese defenders cry favoritism. One viral tweet captured the debate perfectly. Funny how they never moved Angel's games to bigger arenas when she was breaking records, but the minute Clark comes to town, suddenly they need 20,000 seats. This perspective overlooks the fact that ticket demand, not record-breaking alone, drives these business decisions. Another fan responded, "Maybe if Angel focused less on who's getting attention and more on developing a reliable jump shot, she wouldn't have to worry about venue sizes." Such comments reflect the intense scrutiny and differing opinions among the fan base. A Chicago local offered a more balanced view. "I've been a Sky fan for years but couldn't get tickets to the Fever games last season. Now with United Center, I finally can. How is giving more fans access to women's basketball a bad thing?" This sentiment underscores the broader benefit of expanding venues to accommodate growing interest.
We're bringing more and more fans to this league, people that have maybe never watched the WNBA before, and it kind of takes your breath away at points.
While Angel positions herself as an equal draw, Caitlin lets her game speak for itself. Basketball experts suggest that Angel would benefit from embracing the league's competitive nature and focusing on elevating her game rather than making comparisons. The question isn't whether people watch for Angel too, but whether she'll use this moment as motivation to improve rather than fuel for complaints. Sometimes the hardest truth to accept is the one reflected in box scores and attendance figures. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.